I wrote on this piece of paper 1 year ago today. It says, I will make $50,000 trading futures by December 5th, 2025. Did I accomplish this goal? No. Did I even get close to accomplishing this goal? No, not at all. But I had such high aspirations for when I started to trade, and everybody online would tell me to write these goals down, to make guidelines and papers and checklists to track your progress in trading. And I thought genuinely in my heart that I could accomplish $50,000 trading in under 12 months. Now, I'm not speaking for everybody, so I don't know if somebody can do this. There are many people who probably can. But speaking from a standpoint of somebody who's been trading futures for 1 year now, a goal like that is very unrealistic. Your first year trading is not going to be sunshine and rainbows. Your first year is going to have a lot of failure. When you first start trading, something called the Dunning-Kruger effect is going to take place. You're going to start trading, you're going to start making some profits, you're going to start understanding the market, and you might see success. I call this beginner's luck because most people have it in any new thing that they try to start, whether it's a business or a hobby. It's very common to find success when you first begin something. The first trading account I ever bought was a Top Step 50K funded account, and I passed it in 3 days. I thought trading would have been hard. I thought it would have been, difficult to make money on the markets, but my first account ever boosted my ego so much because I knew it was possible from the day one. What did I do? I racked up $3,500 on the account and I blew it all within the next week. This was my first realization that trading is not easy. What this led me to was going back to the drawing board, back to studying, and if it wasn't for me losing this account, I probably would not have the drive to continue pushing and learning, which is what I ultimately needed. Everybody is going to go through the phase of learning, that phase of trying to understand what kind of edge you can find in the market. And this may take as long as you want it to. It depends on two factors. One is consistency. How often are you studying? How often are you back testing? How often are you on the charts? And the second would be a lack of being influenced by outside factors. If you're studying a model, if you're studying a certain strategy and you instantly jump on another one because you see someone on TikTok flexing their expensive cars or their payouts and you want to be like them, so you follow their strategy, all you're doing is hopping back and forth onto new and difficult strategies which need time to master. The more you switch, the more backwards you're setting yourself. Stick to one strategy. Lock in with that strategy. Backtest it and see if it actually works. Now, once you have this, you may again start going back to trading prop accounts. You're spending money on evaluations, you're blowing it, you feel bad, you feel like you don't know what's going on, you don't understand. You don't understand why the market is not in your favor. So you keep trying and you keep trying. And this is the phase where I would say 80% of traders actually quit because they've put the work in. They've put the time to learning a strategy. They've put the experience on their resume. They've put hours under their belt, and yet they still fail. Maybe it's just them. So they give up and they look for something else. But let me tell you, if you continue down that path with backtesting, with studying, not beating yourself up because of your losses, you're going to eventually find something that works. And it might not be exactly what that strategy is telling you to follow. And this is where every single trader gets their own unique little setup or little confluence that really sets them apart from other people. This is where I tweaked my strategy into becoming my own unique model and not just an ICT model using multiple confluences and what everybody else on Instagram or TikTok tells you to do. This is where you actually feel like trading can be possible because you're not just following what someone else is telling you, you're making it your own. Once you start seeing a little bit of progress, I would call this the inflation stage, where you either might grow super fast exponentially, get your first payouts, get some money under your belt, feel like you can really do this, or you might, if we're speaking in trading terms, you might just consolidate in this area, not moving higher or lower. You might just be at a break even stage where you're still not making any money. And again, I would say this: still be consistent and work towards improving your model and your strategy every single day. But once you start getting some wins under your belt, this is where you're going to feel like you've actually made it. You're making money, you're doing good. But again, if we're speaking in if we're speaking in trading terms, I call this entire area the Judas swing, right? Because it's a swing in a direction which you think is going to work, but it's going to get away from you. And you're going to come back to the realization that you have not made it yet because you still need experience. So many traders go through this, and I see them all the time on social media. I'm one of them. I have secured multiple payouts and still to this day losing continuously in the markets because I still haven't completely mastered my strategy. I need more experience, and that's why the first year is very hard for you. I would say at this point you're probably on month 8 or 10 and you think you've made it, and yet you still continue to lose. Why is that? It's because your ego is getting in the way. You think you know it all, and you're not going back to the drawing board and trying to tweak out the small, very minute details in your strategy that make the biggest difference. A lot of it's psychology. A lot of it's your rules. A lot of it is the smallest little wicks in the candle structure where you need to enter off of. And these things are hard. But if you want to keep going and you actually want to make trading successful, you need to continue pushing. And by this point, you shouldn't be raging. You shouldn't be screaming at your computer. You should be in control of your emotions every time you trade, because you've been through that failure already. You understand what it means to lose money in the markets. You understand what it means to make money in the markets. None of that should faze you anymore. All that's left is continuous learning and improving your strategy so that you can scale and increase your leverage to make as much money as possible. This is ultimately where the next stage allows us to go. But nobody wants to work for it. Trading isn't something that you get rich at or you get one payout from and you're set for life. This is a continuous struggle, grind to fulfill your model every single day. And losing is what comes with that. Think of yourself as an athlete. I know you're on the computer. I know you're not doing anything physical, but it is a mental game. And athletes deal with mental issues as well. Training, practices, all these things take a toll on your mental. But it's not these things like backtesting, like studying, like taking trades that get easier. It's your mind, it's your psyche. It is your mental energy that gets greater and stronger so that you can deal with any small inconvenience that comes your way. Your emotions should be in check at this point, and the only way left to go is forward. You don't have time to take steps back. Sometimes you need to take steps back to take 2 steps forward, if you understand what I mean. So do not consider failing and losing trades as being set back in your journey. All of these things are lessons that the market is trying to teach you. You're just not seeing eye to eye. Many people, it will take years for them to control their emotions. I believe it should take you 1 year to stop caring. And if you still do care, you need to track it. You need to review what you did wrong. You need to just take a step back. Take a deep breath and think, where do you want to be in a few years, in a few months from now? Do you want to be in the same position? Do you want to act like you did 6 months ago? No, you don't. You want to be improving. So why sabotage your next 6 months for 6 seconds in the markets? It takes 6 seconds to ruin a week's worth of progress. It can take 6 minutes to ruin even more. I wouldn't know. I haven't done it yet. I might. But I take precautionary steps to limit myself from making these mistakes. Because I know it can set me back, and I know it has. Again, this is a long game. If you got into trading for a quick buck, you're sadly disappointed. Because trading is a long-term game. Don't get tricked by the people on social media that tell you this can be accomplished within months. Don't listen to the people trying to sell you products, guaranteeing you will be profitable. Don't listen to these people. They want your money. And their model and their strategy probably does work. Does that mean it's for you? No. So please, if you're watching this video and you are a new trader, or you've been trading for a few years, remember, don't value the present moment over your future, but use your present moment to live for your future. I had such big dreams. Part of me felt disappointed when I never achieved them, but I know I will. It might not be in the next few months, it might not be in the next few years, but I will try everything possible in my control to get to my goals as quickly as possible. That does not mean I'm going to sacrifice my future for now, and you shouldn't either. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media, and please, for the love of God, do not sacrifice your future for now.